Today we're going to declutter your command center, which is a fancy word for most people for the front of your refrigerator. If you have a whole bunch of magnets and invitations to parties and just announcements for school or work, that would be your command center. Or maybe you have all of that stuff in a different place. You have a bulletin board or a whiteboard somewhere else with a calendar, a list of things people need to do like chores. Whatever you feel like is the command center for your house, or maybe it's a pile of crap on the kitchen table where you tell people what to do, we're going there, okay? Please bring your phone, that's why I'm holding this, so I don't forget to tell you that, and your recycle bin and a trash bin. See you there. How many times have you been scheduled to go to a concert and you go to the concert and no one can find the tickets, the paper tickets for the concert? How about you know that there was a sign-up sheet for something at your son's school, but you have no idea where the sign-up sheet is? That's what we're doing today, that area. It's a big area. Not literally, but is it figuratively? Anyway, it takes up a lot of space in your mind and your life. So, today, first thing is, wherever you feel like the command center is in your house, take a picture of it, because we're going to do some damage there. For most of you, with old fridges, it's going to be the front of the refrigerator, which is what it was for me until we get into this house with the new refrigerator, and now it isn't magnetized. So anyway, now I've moved mine to this teeny little hallway. But it works. I put a calendar here, and so everybody knows that's what this section is, and so they can come here and check for things if they want to. Anyway, so I'm in a tiny little space for this video, I'm sorry, but hopefully you have some more room. Okay, you took your picture, take your before picture. Today we're going to be doing some work on your phone, and in order to not get distracted, I would like you to please put it in airplane mode. It's pretty easy. It's usually in the pull-down menu right there. Put it on airplane mode so that you're not on just getting bombarded with phone things, since we need our phone right here. Okay. For this area, if you have a goal, I always have you think about your goal. You might want to write it down. I love when I'm working with clients to write down the goal on a piece of paper and just stick it to the wall. My goal for this area is just to get rid of old stuff, make it look better. It's always an aesthetic goal for me. I don't think I have a piece of paper, but anyway, write down your goal on a piece of paper, stick it up or set it on the counter somewhere where you can see it, so that you keep focused. That is your goal. There are a lot of minutia that you might be going through today that are going to distract you, so keep that paper with the goal written on it. Write down your goal, please. Just do it. I know it's cheesy. Just do it. All right. So if you're looking at the front of your fridge or your calendar area, there are going to be a lot of things here. There are going to be a lot of pictures of your kids when they were little. I have to show you these because that's what moms do. Those are my babies. Since I don't have any magnets anywhere else, I stick them to the dryer. So that's it. My laundry's right here. So when you're looking at all the pictures that are on the front of your fridge, or in your area, I want you to please whittle them down. I know you love each and every one of them, and that is why they are on the refrigerator. I have a special photo album especially for the pictures I take down off of the refrigerator that would normally be framers, but and they never made it into frames. They made it on the refrigerator, and they stay there for a while, and then I try to rotate them out. Like I said, now I don't even have a fridge to put them on, so it's so sad. Okay, so look at all of your pictures. Which ones could you maybe take down? And if you love having a fridge covered with photos, that's great. You can leave all of the frames or whatever, all of the magnets up there if you love it. If it makes you feel a little bit, if you don't even notice the pictures anymore, then maybe change them out, or maybe just take them down altogether. It's good to keep things kind of fresh and that keeps you more grounded and focused on the now and what's happening now, things like that. All that kind of energy kind of thing. Anyway, If all of the photos are in your fridge, if it's not a hot mess, you can leave it. I don't want to be mean about it, but I do think if you have 5 pictures of your son in 2nd grade on the fridge, and now he's in college, maybe you could just have the one of him in 2nd grade and another one of him at his high school graduation or something. You know, make room for some newer stuff. Another thing that you probably have a lot of in your command center or on the fridge are flyers from school. If you don't have any children, maybe they are just, maybe it's junk mail, maybe it's papers from work. I mean, you wouldn't put junk mail on the fridge, I know, but if it's in a pile, so go through a pile if you're dealing with a pile, and just look at each piece as you go. If it's expired, recycle it right now. Just recycle it. Don't beat yourself up that you didn't go or should have gone or I wanted to go to that. Just recycle it. If there are things that you still need, okay, so you're going through one page at a time. If it's something that you still need, if it's about an event that's coming up, I want you to get out your phone, put the event on your calendar. Don't keep this piece of paper. Put the event on your calendar. If you have to see it on a calendar, if you have a day planner or something, put it in there. I really love it if you can start using the calendar on your phone for so many reasons. Other people in your family can share the calendar and they can see. If you don't want them to see everything you're doing, my husband and I each have 2 calendars. My one is for work and my one is for personal. And so he doesn't see every work appointment that I have because he doesn't need to know that. But he can see every personal one so that he knows if I'm not going to be around at a certain time, it's on the calendar. So you could have a personal and a private one if you don't want your kids to see something, or if you don't want your coworker to see your private life, you can set up multiple calendars on here. I like to just use the calendar that comes with your phone. If you have an Apple phone, you're going to have an iCalendar. Great. If you have a different kind of phone, Android phone, you're going to use Google Calendar. I live by Google Calendar. I use it 10 times a day. I open that calendar. If you're putting events on there now, put the address right in the event in the calendar. There's a spot in there. You can scroll down. It says where. Start typing in the public space where you're going, and probably Google will pull it up. Oh, you mean the Rogers Middle School auditorium? Yes. Click. Now you have the place right in your calendar. And so when you get in the car to go, all you have to do is boop, and the map will pull it out of your calendar and lead you right to the place. It's amazing. Phones are so great. You know that already. Use them, not just for like distraction and amusement. Use them to keep yourself more organized. Don't need a fancy app for that. It comes with your phone, the calendar app. Maybe I get so excited about that. I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you keep going through the pieces of paper and entering events that are coming up. If it's expired, recycle it, or passed already. Keep going through your papers. Another thing I have a lot of in my command center are calendar kind of things. I have a chart for chores that need to happen. This is another like a checklist from school for they're supposed to read every night or practice an instrument every night. I put it right here so that kind of everything is right here. It helps them stay better organized. They can fill it out here, and when it's time to go, this is just painter's tape, blue tape. I use it on everything, as you know. So it's not going to rip the paper or rip my paint. Just keep it there. And I have a bunch of pins right here that you can just grab. They're not exactly right by the board, but they're close enough. And then we keep this one pin here all the time. You might have a list of phone numbers on your command center. I have mine right around the corner here. I'll show you a picture of that. Have a list of emergency phone numbers, things like that. Keep that up there. Make sure it's up to date. If it's not, you can take it down and make a new up-to-date one right now. other kind of lists that are up here. I like to have, we have a family calendar here that just says things like, because one of my kids doesn't use a digital calendar yet, the rest of us do, so we can kind of see on the digital calendar. But also, I like things on paper, and I like to see visually in a big glance what's coming up. So on this calendar, I put things like when school is out, when people are visiting, when we're going on vacation, holidays coming up. And the kids like to cross it off because it's like a countdown to whatever holiday is coming next, you know? That's fun. So I do like a wall calendar, but everything that's on here is also in my phone. Everything that's on my phone calendar is not on here. See what I mean? This is just kind of a general, big things coming up kind of thing. If they want to have a friend over, put it here so they know, Seamus is coming over in 3 days. Okay? Okay. Anyway, for my charts, just make sure that everything you have up right now is fresh and relevant. We've talked about this before. Just because I don't have a hot mess of a calendar situation here, that doesn't mean that I don't understand how most people, how you are going to have just stuff coming out everywhere. Okay? I stay on top of this every day. It takes some work, and that's how it stays really streamlined. If yours isn't really streamlined, that's okay. All that means is it's not as big a priority for you as it is for me. You have other priorities, and in those areas of my life, I'm probably stumbling along miserably where you're soaring like an eagle. So, this is about your stuff. Also, if you have some kind of system going on, even if you haven't visited it in a while, like even if everything is expired, think about if that did used to work for you at one time. And if it did, go back to it. Don't beat yourself up for having stopped. Give yourself some credit that you found this thing that worked, and just try again. Start over and give yourself a refresh. Things don't like just coast along on automatic pilot like this. They need some upkeep and some TLC. So give it a little TLC now and try again. Don't abandon it and think, no, Noni, I need you to teach me your ways and teach me a new system. I don't have like a special system that's going to work for everyone, because we're all very different. Think of something that has worked for you. It's probably up here somewhere. If you are going to try anything new, try the Google Calendar or the iCalendar, and try using a digital to-do list as well. Those are two things you could try, but I'm guessing you're already using those. Think about what is working, not what hasn't worked and what's a big mess. Okay. Cross up a day. Moving along. Okay, hopefully you're going through your papers. You've gotten rid of a few things. You're doing great. You're being beautiful you, and I love it. Once you get through everything that's old, just try to make your space look as nice as you want it to look. If you like a lot of magnets that say, you know, aloha from Hawaii and things, leave them up there. But if you want a more streamlined look, the front of a fridge is a great place to start, because it attracts a lot of little minutia, the magnets and the things that the magnets are holding up. If you take those down, you're going to have like a deep breath for your eyes. Thank you for sticking with me for this Command Center project. Maybe you're going to keep going and keep decluttering. Maybe this was enough for you today, and that's fine, because we have done a few big kitchen projects recently. You're doing it, and that's great. Okay, see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also join our private Facebook group, especially set up for the Clutter Challenge. Look in the description of this video for links and more details.